In this part, we'll discuss about the functions in Python. So I have picturized with the help of a pyramid. So you can see first one is a user-defined functions, second one is built-in functions, third is Lambda functions, and fourth is a recursive functions. So getting into your user-defined functions, so we can define our own function in which we can call outside the function. And remember, when you try to define the function, that should be top, and the call of the function should be after the definition of the function. Maybe I'll just click right here, multiply. I'll just pass that variable, maybe x, and I'll return x into x. So this will be returned. Okay. Now I'll try to call that function multiply with passing the arguments. Those arguments I'll pass 5. Right now, that value I'll assign it to variable y, and I'll try to print that y. So obviously now we'll get a value of 5 into 5, 25. So here the function definition will be on the top of the function call. Here there is a function called multiply 5, and the value is been assigned to y, and we are trying to print that y, right? Or else you can directly give here print statement also. This is same as such what we are trying to assign to y and all the stuff. So the variable allocation will also be reduced. You can directly give. This will also give the same value, 5 into 5, 25. Okay, so this is the user-defined functions, what exactly it means. Now instead of user-defined functions, if you want to go for inbuilt functions like converting a float to int or int to float, so those are all the type conversion functions. And if you want to have the absolute value or round off the or decimal values, all those comes under math functions. And length of or sorted, these are all the sequence functions. So input or output functions, if you want to have any input from the console, so you can just give as an input under braces, that are the input functions. And there can be a string functions where you can convert the string into uppercase or lowercase. So maybe I'll just type that here. So if you want to convert that str dot upper, you will be seeing the denotation there. So str dot upper, and you want to convert the string maybe ram. So now you can print that. So you can just check here, the smaller case letter will also be converted into the uppercase. So now it converted into RAM, or RAM or anything. So it is converted into the uppercase. So this is one kind of inbuilt function that are present in the Python. These are called string functions, and there can be a functions of list, and there can be functions for dictionary. So all this comes under the inbuilt functions options. And leaving these two apart, now we can go to lambda functions. Lambda function is like an anonymous function or a small functions that can be that can be written in one line. So I'll just take out an example here again with understanding better in sense. So add is equals to lambda x comma y x plus y. Okay, now I'll be calling add of 2 comma 3. So now I'm trying to call this add of 2 comma 3, in which those numbers will be entering into the function x comma y, and that will be given to this point, or that step, what exactly need to happen. So it will add 2 plus 3, and the output will be stored. So you can just print this. So obviously you'll be getting 5. You can just check it. So this is the way how you can give a function in a single line instead of writing definition, add. So like previously what we used to write, like add, and in that we need to pass x comma y, and then we need to return it, that is x plus y, and again we need to call it print of add x comma y, right? Sorry, it is 2 comma 3. What we need to call here, so these two will be giving same answers, 5 and 5. Two 5s you are getting. So here, instead of writing the function definition, we can write a small function in a single line using the lambda or anonymous functions. So there are other parts of this also. I'll just show you again. So other parts of sorry, I did not draw the slide, my bad. So here you can see the other parts of functions, like you can use a filter, you can use a sorted, and you can have a map, and you can have a reduce. In all these terms also you can have that lambda function. Maybe we'll start with I'll just print this example or take this example. I'll just copy and I'll just execute. So in the numbers, you can see a list is assigned to the numbers, and in the list there are tuple elements. So in this tuple elements, you can just see I'm trying to sort the tuple elements depending on the lambda function. Maybe you can, I'll just remove this. So I'll just type it for you. It's sorted. Now, what is it asking for? It is asking for iterables. You can see iterables. So iterables are the numbers or the iterables what you want to iterate on, comma. It is asking for the key. What is the key? It means on what condition you want to iterate this upon. So that will be sorting. So that is nothing but lambda, and you can assign that x of 1. Right. So what it exactly mean is, so you want to make x of 1, that is 3 comma 1, as a first element that should be present, and then the remaining element should be present. So it is a way how I am sorting based on the first element or the x of 1 element, right? So this is a way how you can sort it. And now you can again print this. So now if you try to print this, you will be seeing the sorted numbers list. I'll just run this. You can just check. So now 3 comma 1 is came out of the first position. This will be the second, and this will be the third. So the sorting is based on x of 1, right? Now I'll just check what is the next one. Yeah, so you will go with the filter option. Maybe I'll select this data. I'll just type some data for you. Data is equals to the list. What I'm thinking is 3 comma 4. It will be sufficient. So now I want to filter. So what exactly you want to filter based upon? So you can just type filter. So first it should be a list, which I want all these elements need to be again enter into, right? List, and then I want to filter based upon a function. Function is lambda, right? And in that function, what I want to iterate. So the iterables also need to be present. That is data, right? Data is the iterables. But what is missing is the function that we want to give to the data, so that it will execute and it will give an output based on the filter option. So how I want to filter? So I just want to say that x of x percent 2 should be equals to 0. So it's like it should be an even number. If it is an even number, then filter and send into the list. This is what I'm asking out, and I'll try to print that list also. So print the list. So now we can execute. You'll be seeing 2 comma 4. So when it is an even number, then I'm asking it to filter and send it to a list. So this is a way how we can filter a list. Right now I just want to map it. Maybe I'll just say print again. So I'll do one thing. I'll just store this into data which has been reduced or filtered. Sorry, data filter equals to. Now I want to use the data which has been filtered for mapping. So what I want to do is, again I want to send it to a list based on map condition. So now what I want to map again. So all the options what are available you will be getting. So first you need to enter a function, that is a lambda function. What I want to enter, lambda, And again, so what is that I want to do? Before that, you need to iterate on some upon things, right? On what data I want to iterate. I want to iterate on data underscore, the function what we have taken is data underscore filter. Okay, so on this I want to iterate. Sorry, iterate is that data what I want to iterate, and what is that I want to map upon. So that is x, and I'll select x into x. Right. So now what happens? The iterates or iterables, what is 2 comma 4, that is coming into data filter, now it will be sent into this function, and that function will produce a result 2 into 2 as 4, 4 into 4 as 16, and that result which has been mapped will be sent into a list and will be stored into a list. You can just again print that. Maybe I'll just create as a data underscore map is equals to, and print that data underscore map. Okay, we'll execute it. You'll be seeing 4 comma 16, right? So now data filter and data map is completed. Now I just want to reduce this data map into a single number. Maybe for that we need to import a library. So that is from function tools, import reduce. Okay, then I want to use that function reduce, in which we need to call a first function. Lambda is the anonymous function what I need to select, and x comma y, and I'm trying to add the two elements with the iterables list, that is data underscore map, onto which we need to reduce things. So this is 4 plus 16 that need to be printed as a result. I'll just try to print it. So we'll just check what happens. Oh sorry, I forgot to do that. So it's 4 plus 16, 20. This is the way how I have done this function lambda into map, reduce, and all the stuff. So lambda is a anonymous function. Yeah, next part we'll be going into the recursive function. So in the recursive function, we will try to call the function inside the same function. So I'll just show an example that will be much more easy for you. So in the function definition, we will try to call x, and sorry. So now here we'll discuss about recursive function. In recursive function, it is like you're calling a function inside the function itself. So I'll first define a function, maybe define fun. I'll try to pass a variable x, and so I'm just trying to create a tutorial for factorial. So if x equals to 0 or x equals to 1, return 1, else return x into fun of x minus 1. Okay, now I'll try to call that fun. Oh, it will be good that if I try to replace this fun with fact instead of fun, fact. Okay, and here I'll try to pass fact of 3. So 3 into 2 into 1, it should be result 6. I'll try to print this. So 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6. If you print 5, 5 into 4, 20, 6 are 120. So we'll be getting 120. So this is the way. So here the function itself, it is trying to call the same old function. So it is looping continuously until this fact of x minus 1, either 0 or 1. When it is going to 1, then it will be written to 1 instead of going to the else conditional statement. So this block will not be executed. So these kind of cases, if you face anywhere in the domain where you work, it will be very helpful, where you try to work on the same function itself until it loops out. Okay.